My name is Teacher Janica, and today we will going to discuss about multiplying fraction. So our objective for today is that you can multiply simple fractions and mix number. So before that, we're just going to remember this following concept. First, you must identify your numerator and then your denominator. It's very important later to identify those two parts of the fraction because you will going to know what are the things that you're going to multiply first and then afterward. And then next, you must know how to reduce fraction into lowest term. I know that we already discussed this one because we're going to need this for simplifying fraction as well as changing improper fraction to mixed number and vice versa. So if you already know this mathematical concept, then we could already proceed to multiplying wholes in multiplying simple fractions. First, we need to multiply our numerator by our another numerator. So when we say numerator, those are the number at the top part of a fraction form. Next, we're going to multiply our denominator by the other denominator. So when we say denominator, those are the number at the lower part of a fraction. And then the last one, we need to simplify our fraction. So in simplifying fraction, there are two. First, changing proper fraction into lowest term. Then the other one is changing improper fraction into mixed number. So to understand more, we're just going to have our examples. So example number 1, let's say we have 3/5 times 6/12. So remember, we're just going to multiply first our numerators, which is 3 and 6. Afterwards, we're going to multiply our denominator, which is 5, or which are 5 and 12. So we could have 3 times 6, and then the other one is 5 times 12. So if we're going to multiply that one, we could have 18 over 60. And then afterwards, we're going to identify if 18 over 60 is proper fraction or improper fraction. It is a proper fraction if our numerator is less than our denominator, and it is an improper fraction if our numerator is greater than our denominator. But since in this example, 18 is less than 60, therefore this is a proper fraction. And then changing proper fraction to lowest term, we're going to look for the GCF, or the greatest common factor, so that we could reduce it into lowest term. So in finding the GCF of 18 and 60 or any other numbers, all we have to do is to either use the listing method to list down all the factors of the numbers, or two, we're going to use the ladder method by which we're going to use prime numbers of it. So if you're going to use those method or any of those method, we could come up with the answer 6 because the GCF of 18 and 60 is 6. So afterwards, all we have to do is to divide the numerator and the denominator by its GCF. So 18 divided by 6 is 3, and then 60 divided by 6 is 10. So therefore, our final answer will become 3/10. Now let's have another example. Let's say we have 7/3 times 4/5. So same rule, multiply the numerator by numerator, then denominator by denominator. So we could come up with an answer 28/15. So first, identify again if it is proper or improper fraction. Since 28 here is greater than 15, therefore this is improper fraction. So improper fraction, if we're going to change it into mixed number, just divide your numerator, which is 28, by its denominator, which is 15. So if we're going to divide that, 28 over 15, we could come up with an answer that is 1 and 13/15. 1 here is from the quotient, 13 is from the remainder, and then 15 is from our divisor. But you will also check if 13/15 here is in the lowest term already. So always remember that one, that even though it's a mixed number, we should always check if our proper fraction is already in its lowest term. Now, let's have steps in multiplying mixed number. So the steps in multiplying mixed number, there are just 4. So we're just going to add one more step before all those steps that we have had a while ago. So the first one is we're going to change mixed number to improper fraction. So I know that we already know how to change improper to mixed, but this time we're going to change first the mixed number into improper fraction so that we can move on to the other rules or steps. So after changing mixed number to improper, just multiply numerator by numerator, multiply denominator by denominator, and then the last one, simplify the fraction. So to understand that one, we could have another example. Let's say we have 2 and 1/3 times 3 and 2/5. So we're going to change 2 and 1/3 and 3 and 2/5 into mixed number. So all we have to do is to multiply 2 times 3. So that will become 6 plus 1. So we could come up with 7. And then the other one is 3 times 5. That will become 15 times 2. That is 17. And then just copy the denominator of the first fraction here at 7/3, and then copy the second denominator here in 17/5. So afterward, we can already proceed to what we are doing a while ago. Multiply the numerator by numerator, then denominator by denominator. So we could come up with 119 over 15. Since 119 over 15 is an improper fraction, we're going to change it into mixed number again. So we're just going to divide 119 by 15. We could come up with a final answer that is 7 and 14/15. Again, since 14/15 here is already in its lowest term, then that would become the final answer. So that's it. I hope that you have learned something today. Thank you so much and goodbye!